There's no point in working very hard, making good amount of money, and at the end of the day, some human being, because she has coochie in between her legs, takes off over 40% or 50% of the. There's one big reason why the simp economy is crashing. One word for this is appreciation. But this is not the only reason why the simp economy is crashing. There are other reasons. The simp economy is most pronounced in China and in America. And this is where it is being hit the most. Imagine where everything increases, your rent increases, cost of food increases, cost of living generally increases. But guess what? Your wage doesn't increase. And this calls to one thing. Men are now rationing their monies. So the average man that would have a budget for adult content at the end of the month, or the average man that would have a budget to take any of these Instagram baddies out, will now begin to remove this out of his budget. When you're not making enough money, you're barely living afloat. At some point, you're going to prioritize what is very, very important to you. Now, let's look at the return on investment approach. For every investment, there is an expected ROI, which is return on investment. So when you invest your money in stock, you get a returns. That is why you are investing your money in stock. So it's the same for investing your money in the simp economy. When you invest your money in the simp economy, you could get satisfaction through the fact that you are able to chat with an Instagram baddie, invite her to a staycation or a vacation, and you guys had a good time. But at the end of the day, when you spend money after working lots of shifts and you decide to bring or take a baddie out on a vacation, and during the vacation she has refused to give you the coochie, and you're like, why am I spending this money? In the first instance, I mean, we've seen many of these videos on TikTok where the lady is being sent out or a ticket is being cancelled because she thought a staycation or a vacation is just for you guys to hang out. I mean, which guy in his outright mind will simply invite a woman on vacation just for them to eat and sleep? And the funny thing about this is, many of these baddies know that there is something that needs to be given in return for this. But because they don't want to give it out, men have stopped putting money into this aspect of the simp economy. I mean, if you don't invest your money in the first instance, you have nothing to lose, right? So let's talk about self-pleasing, because when I spoke about self-pleasing the other time, it was in another context. Self-pleasing most of the time doesn't have to be in terms of, sex. It can also mean making sure that you yourself have a good time, live a good life, because there's no point in doing many shifts, there's no point in working very hard, making good amount of money, and at the end of the day, some human being, because she has coochie in between her legs, takes off over 40% or 50% of this just because both of you are having fun. So men now would rather spend this money on themselves. They would go on vacation, have lots of fun. This investment can even be going to the gym, can even be, taking classes on how to invest in stock, anything that would better their life or anything that would give them more exposure. Men would rather spend this money than to dump or drop this money into the simp economy. There's a growing trend of young men withdrawing from high-cost dating. I mean, the other day I was watching a TikTok video where a lady was saying that if a man wants to take her out, he has to pay a deposit of $100. Not just that, she said she was working with other ladies that they will come up with an app where for you to take them out, you have to pay a deposit of $100. And the justification she gave for this is that if she's going on a date, she would want to dress well, look good, and she would want to make sure that she has a good time. And just in case the man is not interested in her, she knows that she hasn't lost money for the time and effort she has put into the date. But we all know what that means. If you need to be paid for such services, it means you're an escort, but these women don't see it that way. Every date now has turned extravagant. Those days, dating was cheap, it was easy, it was less stressful. I mean, you could just go for a walk and it's termed a date. You could just go to the coffee shop and it is a date as well. You could simply just go watch a movie, spend about $20, $30, and you've had a good time. Both of you have also been able to know each other during that period. But when it is now a situation where you have to pay a deposit, you have to pay for her hair, pay for her makeup, pay for her nails, pay for her dress, just because she wants to go on a date with you, and you're already coughing out $500 before the date. You don't even know how much you're going to pay because she's also asking or demanding that you take her to an expensive restaurant, which could be a 4-star or 5-star restaurant. So that one is just for her to prepare for the date. You will likely spend another $1,000 or even more. And at the end of the day, you don't even get a simple thank you. Men are not saying something has to come out of this like coitus. A simple thank you doesn't come out, yet you still feel like, oh, I'm the lady, you are the one chasing me. If you don't like what you see, you won't chase me, and all those crap. So if men realize that they have to spend half of their salary, half of their income, just to take a single girl out on a date, and there's no return on investment, like I said earlier, what's the point? So for that reason, men would rather keep their money, buy games that they can play indoors, buy drinks that they can drink indoors, watch movies, and also use that money wisely in investment that would bring proper returns. Now, we need to really talk about this 50-50. There is the school of thought that believes that for each date, men should take care of the bills 100%. And there's the school of thought that also believes that it should be 50-50. To be clear, this is what I mean. Women want men to take care of the date. I mean, they choose the location, they choose the restaurant, but they still want men to take care of the date. On the other side, men want women to pay for whatever they've eaten or share the bills 50-50, because if you're choosing the venue or you're choosing the restaurant, it means you want something of high class. And if you want something of high class, you should be able to pay for it. That's what men are simply saying. So this kind of makes sense logically. But here is it. Because women are refusing to reason with men when it comes to this, there is a serious problem. And the problem is men are not even going out on dates anymore. Even if the lady is saying, come, let's go out on a date, the man would cancel. Remember, it is difficult to make money in this economy, and the average man will not want to make that money and spend it lavishly without getting anything in return. What has been the impact? The impact has directly affected specific sectors of the economy. Imagine when a man just wants to buy a bouquet of roses that is not supposed to be probably more than $20, but because of the Simp Economy, he has to pay $100, $150, and is asking one thing: if I spend this much money just on a girl I just met, and she trashes these flowers just because she doesn't appreciate them, what am I getting in return? Or is that not even wasted effort or expenses? So there's been noticeable drop in sales when it comes to these businesses. The average lady that sells flowers no longer makes money because there is low patronage. Rings before used to be sold at exorbitant prices, and men would buy because they want to propose, they want to initiate marriage. But now they are not even spending. It is when you want to even get married that you buy rings. Men are just hitting and they are not even planning to settle down. Let's even look at OnlyFans. Their income for 2024 was not their income for 2025. There was a slight drop in their income in 2025, basically. So in summary, you can see that there are valid reasons why the simp economy is crashing, and men are happy about this. What are your thoughts? What do you think about this economy? Do you think it's probably a doom and there will be a boom soon? Let me know. And if you think that all I've just said so far are just rhetorics, let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next one.